Right, buddy. Amorim has done his first interview since becoming Manchester United manager. We're going to be running through all the quotes he said, his opinion why he joined Manchester United, his vision, his formation, and much, much more. The pressure of being Manchester United manager. So let's get straight into it. He said, first of all, I felt a connection with the club. When I say that, everyone knows Manchester United, but I felt a connection with the people, and that's very special to me. In Portugal, obviously, you see a lot in the media, but when you're here, you see a very special interaction with the fans. Even when they lose, it's special. We want to do something special in a special club. Now, Amorim, he comes across as a very, very calm, but very confident manager. Obviously, it was a big step for him to take that move over from Sporting to Manchester United, and obviously as well as that is a big opportunity for him to progress his career. He's won 2 trophies in the Portuguese league, and it's all about him taking that next step. Now, he talked about, we know if the team plays well and wins games, everything looks so much better, and the people really start to believe in the new stadium and the new ideas. So we know that we are the engine of the football. Manchester United is the engine of the Premier League, in my opinion. Listen, he's very, very confident, as I said, in his own ability, which you have to be. He's took sport into from like the depths to be doing relatively well in their league. He's done a fantastic job with them, and it's all about that career development, and that's something that he's seen, the progression. Going from Sporting to Manchester United is obviously a big opportunity, but again, it won't be the same sort of journey that he had at Sporting to Manchester United. He said, I have to say the names, even Sir Jim and Sir Dave, but especially Omar Barada, Dan Ashworth and Jason Wilcox. I felt a connection, and I feel that we are the same in the moment. And obviously it's always good to have the structure at Manchester United aligned and in purpose to kind of do and have the same sort of focus. It was like that under Ten Hag, obviously didn't really work out, and at Amorim it must be the same. You have to have that constant communication. As I said, Sir Jim and Sir Dave Brailsford obviously have a big impact of the deal, but it was Omar Barada, Dan Ashworth and Jason Wilcox who went over to Sporting to persuade him to come, and obviously did do the correct pitch. It was a tough decision for him to make, joining and leaving mid-season, but ultimately he thinks it's the right decision to be made. Now, he talked on his short-term goals. He said, the most important thing for me is to create the principles, identity and character. I want to win with my players, with my fans, but with an identity and an idea. That's something I'm focused on. And that's ultimately correct. At Manchester United, Ten Hag obviously won 2 trophies, but it was with not really an identity and not really a philosophy. We knew what Eric Ten Hag could play at Ajax. He found it very, very difficult to get that at Manchester United. I think Amorim's going to be a sort of manager. He's not really looking for results at the start, but he's really looking to get his identity and his vision into this team as quickly as he possibly can, and then the results will come with that, which does relatively make sense. This team is going to need a lot of work, and obviously he wants to win with his players, with his fans, but an identity and idea, and that's something that does make Manchester United fans very excited and very confident about Amorim coming into the football club. I'm very, very happy with that. He said, I want everyone to be part of the football club. It will be more fun and more easier. He said on his identity as well, since day one, we have to start with our identity. We have to focus on our game model, how to press, how to pass, how to run. My first goal is identity. You will see an idea, you may like it, you may not. You will see the level of, you will see positioning, something like that. We want to reach that kind of level. And that's absolutely correct. United, as I said, the structure hasn't really been there. We haven't been a strong team. We haven't been a team that's communicated effectively over the last couple of years. And that's something Amorim is definitely looking to bring. Identity is the biggest word. He wants that pressing football. He wants that high-tempo football, but it's going to take time. And yes, it's great. We've got our first game next week, and that'd be great to see what he can do. But again, it's all about the long term, the vision, and the identity that he can really get with this Manchester United team, because we see he can do it. It's about the whole transformation, and really, can he do it? He said, we are prepared to cope with demands that come with playing for Manchester United. There must be. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure that comes with joining Manchester United, from the fans, from the medias, from the players from the outside. Ultimately, some managers, we've had some of the best managers that have struggled to succeed at Manchester United, and hoping Amorim is one that does work fantastically well and will be a great success for Manchester United. But again, it's not going to be easy. There's a lot of pressure. He's prepared to cope with the demands. It's a lot. Like, this first season should be big with Amorim. We've got Carabao Cup, top four. We've got over 25 games in the league, so we should be able to kind of get in there. FA Cup, Europa League, but again, for me, it's all about that identity. The first 5 games are against Ipswich, Ipswich, Bodo Glimt, Everton, Arsenal, and I think Forest, some tough games in there. I think in the first 10 he's got Man City, But again, I'm hoping we can see that identity, and we will probably kind of see it as the game goes on, and as things change, with the sort of players, with the formation that he is willing to play. Now, he said, you see the moment, the tragedy, the history. After the crash, we were European champions. The players have to feel this is Manchester United. When you go through a lot of years without winning, you miss that. So we have to be clear on our message. Obviously, listen, Amorim is very, very well knowledge on Manchester United. He would have done all this research before he eventually joined. It's a lot for Manchester United. It's the biggest club in the world with the biggest history. You have to learn about the culture before you ultimately take over the club. And it's great that Amorim has done that. I think he's very, very knowledgeable and knows what the job is and knows what the task is when coming to Manchester United. So that's something definitely to look out for, what he really can do. Now, honest message to the fans, so the first thing is, I'm really honoured to be here. It's my only choice. You can feel how big the club is. I will do everything to win. Listen, it's fantastic that he wants to be here. You always want a manager. He wants that. He wants to succeed here. Obviously, if he can do this at the biggest club in or one of the biggest clubs in Portugal, there's no guarantee he can do it here, but he should try. And this will only emulate his career. He has the opportunity to be one of the Manchester United's great bringing success back to this club that has struggled so much over the years to get trophies and get that winning mentality back into this club. We've been used to winning Premier League, Champions Leagues, and that's something Amorim must look to change at Manchester United, that winning identity, the team, the identity and the culture. Now, on his football vision, he said one word: team. The team is the most important thing for me. If we work as a team, then the talent individually is going to shine. But if I have to explain the importance of everything, it's the character, the way we fight, the way we play, and we must have an identity. Again, that's the third or fourth time he's talking about an identity, and that's something that's very key. Obviously, as a team, it's fantastic. In previous regimes, not only under Ten Hag, but under other managers, you've seen the team play as individuals. It wasn't that camaraderie, that togetherness, and that's something that Amorim's going to try and instill. You always see at Sporting, the players wanted to fight for the manager. They had a good connection with the manager, and that's something that Amorim definitely will bring. He's very competitive, but ultimately wants to work with Manchester United and really take this club to the next level. But he has to explain the importance. It's the character, the way we fight, and the identity. Now, people talk about your 3-4-3, 4-3-3, and all of those things, but when I think about a team, it's not a formation, it's the character, and that's kind of the last main thing I believe he talked about. I'm very excited for Amorim coming in. He said, should history inspire the team? For sure, we are Manchester United a long time. We didn't win the Premier League, but if you ask Manchester United, the biggest club in England, this is the part of the history. Not now. We have to address that. We have to try and win again. I will do everything for the team. I will defend my players if I have to all the time against everybody. This is a key point for me. I'll try to do everything to put this club in the place that it belongs. He said on young players as well, I don't want to say that we need time because we are a young team. They are prepared. They are prepared to cope with the demands of playing for Manchester United. They should be, because they are here. When Manchester United talked to me, Omar Barada told me about the plans. You get excited. It's a real honour because I was the first choice to start the pass. So it's a great responsibility, but you feel honoured and excited to be part of the project. We want to do something special in a special league. And yeah. Ultimately, listen, very, very excited with Amorim coming in. A very excited interview. Is very confident. But yeah, he wants to start with that identity, and he talked about his clear vision. He gets it. He gets what it's the part to be at the club. At Manchester United, he's happy to be here. And yeah, that's fantastic. He talked about team, camaraderie, short-term goals, tactics, and much, much more. But listen, let me know your thoughts. Very, very good interview. The interview's good. He talks a lot of sense. Very, very fantastic. And I'm very confident he will be a successful manager. He wants to do everything. So let's see. Let's get this behind him. And let's ultimately go the long way with him. Yeah, let's see what happens. Thank you for watching. Peace.